Hello, and welcome back to the garden.
Too little short for a stormtrooper?
Huh?
I'm not that short, but I am here to rescue you from a bad spring and summer garden by putting in a little bit of effort now in the fall to make sure your summer and spring garden is the best it can be. This is Garden Therapy. Today we're digging into the fall season and gearing up for a garden that will be your ultimate sanctuary come spring and summer. If you recall from our change video, that change is inevitable.
I am inevitable.
No, not you, Thanos. Change is inevitable. Oh, that guy. But as the seasons change, it's good for us to implement some changes of our own. So as the leaves around us change color, so should your focus on the garden. Fall is the perfect time to lay the groundwork for a vibrant and thriving space. By preparing now, you're essentially setting the stage for months of relaxation and enjoyment down the road. Clean it up and clear it out. Start by clearing away all those summer remnants. Prune those spent perennials, gather some fallen leaves, and bid farewell to any straggling weeds.
You have a great gift for rhyme. Yes. Summertime.
A clean slate in the fall means a fresh canvas in the spring and summer. And to go back and talk a little bit about each one of those things, it's definitely a great time to weed. Usually this time of year, things are a little bit soft and wet from some rains. Weeds are easy to pull out. And also you want to make sure you pull them before they go to seed, so there'll be less to deal with in the spring and summer. When you gather up those fallen leaves, you may want to create a pile of some sort or a leaf bin to help make some leaf mold. Leaf mold is an excellent way to add organic matter to your garden and to use as a mulch. Now let's talk soil and soil enrichment. Now we just briefly mentioned that with the leaf mold, but give your garden beds some love by enriching the soil. Keep adding that organic matter like the leaf mold we just spoke about, compost, and all of those things will boost the fertility and increase the drainage. Healthy soil sets a foundation for healthy plant growth and an amazingly productive garden in the spring and summer. Now's a good time for me to talk to you about what I've done in my fall garden so far to help with the spring and summer. Yes, in the garden bed I have some beautiful lettuce growing, super excited about it, love to have the salads multiple times a week, and to know I grew it in my garden, it's very, very satisfying. So I do have one area of my garden that I am growing things throughout the winter and summer. And I have that bed all ready to go with some garlic planted, onions planted, and the leafy greens. And then also in some bags on the side, I have my root crops like beets, radishes, and carrots. Behind that bed with the leafy greens, I do have, growing up the trellis, some sugar snap peas, which I'm super excited for as well. In addition to that, I'm also taking this time to enrich my soil and to do some garden cleanup that we just spoke about. I am adding leaf mold, I am adding new compost to it, and on top of it, I'm topping everything off with a layer of wood chip, which is the first time I've done that. Usually I've only topped everything off and put them to bed with leaves on them. So this year I decided to do wood chip. It's going to be a great cover for my beds as they rest and add that organic matter and fertility into the soil throughout the fall and winter months. So I'm going to show you some before pictures, at least of my tomato bed, because that was the last one I had to clean up. And then I'll show you some after pictures of what that tomato bed now looks like. Right on.
Before we proceed, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that alert button for future notifications. Thanks.
So let's not forget, one of the main purposes we're doing all these activities with the fall garden is planning for the future. Believe it or not, the fall is prime planting time. Not only with leafy greens and things such as that you can eat throughout and grow throughout this fall and winter, it's a great time to plant certain types of bulbs, perennials, and shrubs. A lot of these plants prefer the cooler temperatures of the fall so they can establish their root systems before the winter hits. Plan strategically for burst of beautiful colors in the upcoming seasons. Now this is garden therapy after all, so let's not forget to talk about our well-being. A well-tended garden isn't just about aesthetics. It's about creating a haven for yourself. Imagine yourself surrounded by lush greenery, picking all this food and bringing it into your kitchen for dinner. You can be surrounded by all that lush greenery and flowers blooming and the soothing sounds of nature. It's a retreat and a pantry in your own backyard. So we talked about the importance of fall for the garden. Fall is also a great time to take all those chores you're doing outside and bring them inside. You always hear about spring cleaning. Well, it's a great time to do some fall cleanup and fall cleaning as well. Not only organizing all of your gardening supplies, like mine's a mess right now, but also inside as well. Reorganize the home office, establish the family room or living room, and make that a nice little sanctuary and haven for you indoors. Use this time to catch up and study on some personal growth. Take some online workshops, read a book. Use some of this downtime now that the garden's not in full swing to work on yourself. And also, we talked about planning for the garden. Plan ahead for your own personal life as well. Plan a vacation. Do some financial planning, some career planning. Set some personal goals that can lead to some smoother execution and some future success. So remember, the principles of preparation and thoughtful investment extend far beyond the garden, and it influences various aspects of your life. Fall gardening isn't just a seasonal chore. It's an investment in your gardens and your own well-being. With a little effort now, you'll be reaping the rewards when spring arrives. Until next time, take a look at these videos if you haven't seen them yet, and happy gardening.